Good morning or afternoon. So today I'm going to be actually making this shirt. I think I have a picture or video of how it looked like on the mannequin, but now I have an actual design in mind for what I want to do. So I'll put a picture here of what I'm thinking of and what I think I can actually create. I do have buttons and a twin stitch because my needle actually broke yesterday because I was helping my boyfriend fix something. So today I am going to try to replace the needle, like switch the needle. This machine did come with a couple more needles, and I feel like these are just regular ones. I could be wrong and they could be all a little different, so I'm just gonna obviously take a peek and read what I have in here to know what's going to work best for this kind of material, since it's what I have for like future projects as well. But this is what I'm going to be changing it to, and then most likely if I think I need it or if I feel like it's going to make the design look better, I'll use this one as well. And yeah, let's switch the needle of my machine. This is the first time I'm doing it, so fingers crossed it goes smooth. Now that our new needle is in, I have to change the black threads that I have in here to these white ones, and we should be good to go. I'm not gonna go in depth showing how I did this because in my last video when I was working on this baggie, I did like an in-depth one, so yeah, you can watch that. But now let's get started with this. I'll talk through it once I'm actually working on it. I basically just folded it backwards than what it would be normally, and I sewed it together in a straight line, and once I was done I flipped it over and it was basically ready. This is a really easy beginner shirt. So since I have to put my button thing in here, let's just make something real clear because I got a little confused on how to actually connect it the first time. So there's actually like a little indent there because I did it the wrong way. So the way that this works, because I'm someone who is a little bit more mechanical, connect this, needle goes to there, and then it opens up and does what it needs to do. So I have my button in here for what I'm thinking. Now I just need to connect it here, so it actually goes this way. And I don't know if you can see it very well, but when you go like that, you bring it down, connect it. It should be connected. I'm just going to hold on to it just in case it's not, but yep. So that works, as you can see there. I'm going to practice on like not pretend fabric, but just like a random fabric that I was using when I was first starting. Another thing to keep in mind is you have to push this down and push it back. So if you hear that, make sure it's pushed back. This has to be with the button. This has to be between 0 and 1, 4 of a width, and then 6 for tension, and then it should work, I think. This is, again, first time I'm really doing it, so let's see how it goes. Set this up, put it down, and that should work. So I ended up doing it, and I completely, as you can see, missed recording my actual sewing and just enjoy how the machine looks. I will say the one thing that I had to keep in mind with a button is just making sure I moved it when it needed to and not like trying to move it sooner than it had to be moved. But you can see this is like the final product and how it kind of ended up looking. So that's that. So for the buttons, the holes could have been better, but honestly at this point, like, it's fine because it should be covered by these little buttons right here. So what I did was I kind of put the shirt on me just to like see where it would be best to kind of have the buttons. I definitely want to give myself extra space just because, again, I'm not done with this bottom part yet, just because I wanted to make sure that where I put the buttons made sense and I could actually see it on myself before I finish up the shirt. But long story short, the idea is I'm gonna be putting the buttons in like this, and then I should have it in a place where I can actually try it on. So let's see how that goes. I sewed the button in by hand, and I thought it was going to be easier to have it on the mannequin and do it the way you can see here, but I will admit it's easier to take it off of the mannequin and do it sitting, and that's how I did the other two buttons, but at least it did help to have the first one in there already to then kind of guide me on how to move forward. I finished up here, and if I'm being completely honest, it's not perfect, but for the first time, it's not bad. So here are the buttons on the shirt. So good news is that it does button and button. I did try it on myself. I'll put some photos here of how it looks on me, but just wanted to show how it fits on the mannequin. So it is a little bit not bigger on the mannequin, but just like move it over this way. I do have to like move it up a little bit on this because I did make it slightly too big, so it's falling on me as well. But long story short, I have learned a thing or two now that I've actually worked with buttons. And honestly, the reason why I wanted to do buttons for this shirt was because I've never done it before. So I wanted to see like how it actually works. So when I work on something that I want to do for the future, I've learned. So one thing, it would have been better if the button was up here. I don't know if you can see that, but it would have been nice if it was here instead of down here, but for some reason my machine does not let me move it. I don't know. I think in the video you can kind of see me struggle a little bit, but we got it. It looks nice. It doesn't look bad. I mean, obviously when you get like real close up to it, you can see all the little defects, but from far away, I feel like it's not too bad. And then I still have to just tighten this a little bit more, do the lines, but all in all, shirt's done, and I get to wear it at some point when it gets nice and warm out. So I know it looks dark. I took a break because I got hungry. But yeah, that's the most recent sewing project. And I think next up will be shorts. I think that's what I want to do. But I don't know. We'll see if anything else pops up before that. So thanks for watching. Bye.